Hello, friends. Missing you all and hope you're doing well. Today we are going to read The Little Red Fort. Before we begin our reading today, I want you to activate those schemas and think about, have you ever built or created something before? Have you drawn a picture for a friend? Have you painted a flower vase? Have you built a project with someone or by yourself? In our story today, we are going to meet a friend named Ruby. And we can already go ahead and use those inferencing skills and think about what Ruby might be creating in our story today. If we look closely at that title, it says The Little Red Fort. We can go ahead and infer that perhaps Ruby is going to show us her skills in building a fort today. Also, while you are listening to this story, I want you to think about the character emotions. Think about how they may change and think about what may be causing the character to feel this way. At the end of our story, we are going to discuss the moral of the story. Remember that the moral of a story is the lesson in the story. What is this story trying to teach us? I hope you all enjoy. Let's get started. The Little Red Fort. Ruby's mind was always full of ideas. One day she found some old boards. "Who wants to help me build something?" she asked her brothers. Oscar Lee pretended not to hear her. Rodrigo gave her a look that could melt popsicles. Jose almost fell off the fence. "You don't know how to build anything," they said. Ruby shrugged. "Then I'll learn." And she did. "Who wants to help me draw the plans?" Ruby asked. The boys clutched their sides and howled with laughter. "Not me," said Oscar Lee. "I don't think so," said Rodrigo. "No way," said Jose. "I'm too busy." "Fine," said Ruby. "I'll draw them myself." And she did. I want us to pause for a minute and notice how Ruby is taking the initiative to go ahead and do everything all by herself. What character traits would we use to describe Ruby saying, "I'll do them myself"? Could we think of her as independent, or clever, or determined? Satisfied with her plans, Ruby asked, "Who wants to help me gather the supplies?" "Not me," said Oscar Lee. "I don't think so," said Rodrigo. "No way," said Jose. "I'm too busy." "Fine," said Ruby. "I'll gather them myself." And she did. When all the supplies were gathered, Ruby asked, "Who wants to help me cut the boards?" "Not me," said Oscar Lee. "I don't think so," said Rodrigo. "No way," said Jose. "I'm too busy." "Fine," said Ruby. "I'll cut them myself." What character traits would you use to describe Ruby's brothers? Are they being helpful, or are they just being a little lazy? And she did. When all the boards were neatly cut, Ruby sang, "Who wants to help me hammer in the nails?" "Not me," said Oscar Lee. "I don't think so," said Rodrigo. "No way," said Jose. "I'm too busy." Does it really look like they're too busy to help poor Ruby? "Fine," said Ruby. "I'll hammer them myself." And she did. Soon, Ruby's creation was complete. "Who wants to play in my fort?" she called. Me, said Oscar Lee. "Let's go," said Rodrigo. "I'll play," said Jose. I'm not busy anymore." "Not so fast," Ruby said. "You didn't help me draw the plans, or gather the supplies, or cut the boards, or hammer the nails. You said I didn't know how to build. And you laughed at me. I'm going to play in the fort by myself." And she did. "We didn't want to play anyway," the boys said. But they did. So they huddled, whispered, and got straight to work. Oscar Lee made a mailbox. Rodrigo planted flowers. Jose painted the fort fire engine red. Have their emotions started to change? Are they feeling differently now about building the fort with Ruby? Ruby was delighted. Oh, let's look closely at that word. I love that word delighted. It's such a great synonym for words such as joyful or excited or happy. That evening, the boys followed a delicious aroma to a fort warming party. "Who wants to help me clean this plate?" Ruby asked. "We do," the boys said. And they did. How awesome. Let's think about, what is the moral of this story? Remember that moral means lesson. Could we think about maybe we should always be helpful, lending others helping hands? I hope you enjoyed this awesome book. Missing you all. Love, Miss Wood. I hope you guys enjoyed that book today. It was so much fun. Hoping to read with you all again soon. Thanks for listening.